Dawson Rider review.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here. Welcome to my review for the Power Rangers Beast Morphers Season 2 figure of cybervillain Robo Blaze. As of this recording, we don't know exactly how he comes into being, whether he's a copy of Blaze or Blaze turns to the dark side again, but he gets the new suit, which was originally Enter's first costume before he got the Darkbuster suit, so it's kind of a reversal, which is pretty cool. And this is part of what you can consider like Wave 3 or 4 of regular Beast Morphers figures, but the first ones for Season 2, but they're not really changing the packaging. But I'm covering him on his own because, for whatever reason, Amazon sent me all the figures I ordered randomly and separate. I don't know why, but that's how it's happening. But anyway, let's talk about the figure. I think overall, sculpt-wise, it looks pretty good. Like, if you've seen the Enter suit or you've seen the suit at all, I think they did a pretty good job with it in terms of proportions. Like, nothing feels like it's hugely out of place or too big or too small. And I think the paint looks pretty good on it. Like, the bronze color here has like a nice shine to it, as does the silver, and that kind of continues throughout with all the metallic colors he's got. It doesn't feel dull, especially very often with the villain figures. Even though obviously this is like a primary villain and not a monster of the week, you know, they'll cut corners, and so it's nice to see the details on this actually look really nice, which is really cool, and I really appreciate it because I love me some Enter. I believe he's supposed to have, though, unless I'm misremembering it, like a little ponytail thing, which isn't there, unless I'm misremembering it or mine didn't come with it, but that's not there. And maybe that's just on my Earth, so who knows. As for what he comes with, you can see he comes with his sort of signature fencing sword weapon, which is like a classic Bandai one. I know it's Hasbro, but a classic Bandai move where it's literally just a piece of gray plastic, so not a lot to it. And that I can think of, it's one of the first ones that's been like that. Like most the Hasbro weapons have been painted. Speaking of, you get kind of a cool black and gold repaint of the Cheetah Blaster, which is really neat. I'll be really curious to see if it's in the show. Even if it's not, I definitely hope we get a recolor release because I would totally buy that because I'm a sucker for this color scheme and I think it would look cool. And to my knowledge, or not to my knowledge, but from what I remember so far, as of this recording, very few of the things that have appeared like this haven't appeared in the show. So it's a very good chance we could get that maybe. That would be kind of cool, and I'd be curious to see what kind of plot context that has. But regardless, it's kind of a cool extra. And as per usual, you get a key which comes with them, and then, you know, you can turn it around and stuff, and it's always super stiff and annoying to deal with, and you can use it as a weapon on them, which is kind of a cool feature where you can snap it on here. A quick cutaway to show what this does in the Morphers. Okay, let's check it out in the new Morpher first. I like how when they run out of lines for whatever the character is, like Evox just takes over, like, okay, I'm done. You go, Evox, say what you want. Okay, now for the old Morpher. Always problems with that. There we go.
You'll never defeat me.
Until the end of the season.
Virus upload complete. You'll never defeat me. Not today, Rangers. Are you ready? Say it's morphin' time.
Don't tell me what to do. So just the classic villain morphing noises, quote-unquote morphing noises. Alright, now that that's out of the way, the last bit just to go over is articulation, which is pretty par for the course. You do have a hinge joint here, but it's like really tough and loose at the same time. Like, at least mine. Yours might not be like that. But mine's like, it's really tough to move it. Like, it's kind of clicky, but then in the in-between stages of the clicks, it feels very loose, so it's weird. But you do have that range of motion there and stuff like that. You have the head motion, which goes 360. It can be a little bit hindered by his collar, but you can pretty much move around it. It doesn't completely block it, which is nice. And the legs, par for the course, you get up and down and bending movements, but no outward movements or anything like that, so the bending is a little bit restricted. Then you have this sort of little cape piece here, which is a nice soft plastic. So I still wish the villains would get a little bit better with the actual legs moving, especially when it's a primary villain like this that's so closely tied to the Rangers. But still, honestly, it's a very solid figure. I've said before, I'm pretty happy with these Hasbro basic figures, as it was one of the things I was most worried about when Hasbro bought it, because I'm not usually a fan of like their basic Marvel figures and stuff, but these have been pretty solid for the price. Like, if we would ever get a Lightning collection, it would surely be better in most ways, but for the price and for like never thinking I would get a figure of one of my favorite Sentai villains, I think it's pretty cool to have this, and it's very solid. So I think if you're a Blaze fan, if you're excited for Season 2, if you loved Go Busters and Enter, I can definitely recommend checking this out. Anyway, that's about it for this one, guys. Until next time, prefer like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell so you can get notifications for all my videos. Until next time, Dawson Rider, signing out.